Let me just jump straight to PYQs after watching my one shots, and that will get you barely 80 marks. I scored 95 in maths, and I'm going to tell you how you can do the same in this video. You're doing it wrong. You're just going to one shot to one shot to one shot, trying to find the best lecture, and then just jumping on to and rushing on to practice, which shouldn't be happening. You should read the NCERT, read the solved examples, and see the pattern that is going on in the questions. Yes, read the NCERT in maths. I understand how vile it sounds, but the fact is that reading the NCERT gets your brain open to more perspectives. It is literally written like a story so you can understand the concepts better. And I agree that it is not enough for understanding the concepts in 12th. It might be in 10th. So you have to also use detailed lectures of any channel with it. But do not use one shot. Detailed lectures of any teacher that you find fine, you can go ahead and watch it. But one shots, no one shots at all, because one shots don't get you shit in maths. What will the one shot do? Maybe just give you 3 formulas. How will you apply it in the actual exam? No idea. Maybe you can get 0.5 marks for writing the formula. But is that what you're really aiming for? That's not what you're aiming for, correct? So do not go ahead with the one shots, only with the detailed lectures. Although if you've done some chapters in school already, then you can go ahead and revise with one shots if that suits you. What you're going to do is read the NCERT and the theory before it, read the theorems, read the proofs, read the solved examples, and then try all the exercise questions by yourself. Any question that you find hard, you can go ahead and mark it in the book, like write right or over here, something like that. Okay, just let's say it's a 6th question, then just write marked, something like that. You can do anything that you want to mark the questions for you and write the solution beside the question. It should not be a full solution, because of course there's not much space over here. Either you can make your own notes, but it would be very tiresome considering you have different priorities as well. So make a note beside these questions of the pattern of how to solve these questions. Okay, so just 3 steps: do this, then do this, then do this, and you can write this, practice it on your own, practice 2 more questions with this pattern, and then move on to the next exercise like this. This may seem like a tiresome and overkill. Oh my god, I'm spending so much time in the NCERT, but the fact is that this is worth the marks. I scored 95 and I know that it is worth the marks because I can literally start this channel right now. I want to put more emphasis on this though. 12th is more about patterns than 10th class. For maths and physics, you need to pay attention to the patterns of every single question. If a question that you find hard is in front of you, recognize the pattern that is being used to solve this question. Try to solve 2 more questions based on this pattern. If you're not able to do it, then do the step again. Once you've done those 2 questions, remember the pattern forever and make note of this question so that you can revise the pattern as well, ताकि तुमको रियल एग्जाम में ध्यान रहे उसका. Repeat and repeat this process for every single exercise before your miscellaneous examples and miscellaneous exercise, because in 12th grade, miscellaneous examples and the exercise is the most important thing out of anything else, because almost all of the questions and the pattern of those questions are based on these examples. Okay, you need to do them whether with a grain of salt or not, whether you want to or not, whether you find them too difficult or not. You have to complete the miscellaneous examples and the miscellaneous exercise for each chapter in order to score well. They are the most repeated questions, and these will contain the most different pattern questions as well, which would boost your preparation from here to over here in the terms of the questions that you can solve. You can find solutions and explanations of all these questions on Google or wherever you want it, because NCERT solutions is honestly the most well uploaded topic. So you can go ahead and watch it anywhere you want. Everything is fine as long as you understand the pattern. In fact, I was skipping integrals to the last moment, and doing the miscellaneous exercise helped me so much get the marks in integrals as well, even though I did not do that theory in school and even till January. I would say make a formula book which is very small, just all the formulas are written over here along with the theory proofs. Now in 10th grade, I told you formula and tough questions notebook. However, because this is 12th and you have different priorities, rather you have more difficult questions as well, this tough notebook does not have to be there. Mark the tough questions in the NCERT, in the reference book, in the question bank, anywhere you want it. Write a pattern beside it so that you know how to solve it. Now that you have done completely the NCERT, we move on to the PYQs. The exemplar is not necessary as long as you've completed all the questions of the NCERT. PYQs, the most repeating ones, should be completed. And the fact is that you might have to do the exemplar as well if you do not know how to solve and write your answers. Because writing the answers is the key thing to getting marks in 12 boards. Okay, and I'm going to make multiple videos on that as well, so subscribe. Anyway, repeating PYQs and recurring PYQs is a must. You have to complete every single PYQ that is being repeated and cycled. Okay, you can buy any question bank, you can go ahead with anything on the market. I don't really care at this point. Maybe when I get a sponsor I might care. But for this channel you can do what you want for right now. Okay, just try to do the most repeated PYQs so that you know the patterns which are going to be repeated, because maybe the questions and the values might not, but the pattern of the answer would. The marking scheme does not change that much in the end. So the pattern is what is necessary for you. Repeating PYQs, remember the pattern. If there's anything you find tough, anything the pattern you don't know of, then mark that question, write the pattern beside it, and then move on. Now let me tell you a secret tip, man. Have grip, and very good grip, like proper grip on 80%, 90% syllabus. Okay, because my integrals was weak, I was not able to score 100, but I did score 95. And the fact is that there are going to be a lot of optional questions in your exam. Okay, any question that you find extremely difficult, it might, and almost all of the times is going to have another option beside, which is also going to be difficult, but is going to be from a different topic of the same chapter or of a different chapter as well. So integrations, like definite integration and indefinite integration, two tough questions can be there like this and things like that. So you have to strive for having the grip and better grip in almost all of the topics. But I'm not going to lie to you, this is not 10th grade. Therefore, there are going to be some topics that you'll feel that is weaker for you, even in the terms of 12 boards, not competitive exams. So I completely understand if you want to leave some topics, because I wanted to leave integrals, but I still did the basics so that I could score a great score without aiming for full marks or anything like that. Even though I aimed for full marks, I knew I won't get it if the integrals actually came hard. Now, if you're doing any competitive exam, especially JEE, this is going to be very easy work for you. You just have to know how to write the answers, because you can solve the answers on your own. However, if you're not giving JEE or any other difficult competitive exam, that does not mean that you cannot crack this exam, because almost all of the people who score top marks in this are not JEE toppers. There are two different things required in this. First, steps. Second, how you write those steps. Okay, so completely understand this. Whether regardless of the situation, this strategy will work the best for you. So go ahead, do the work, and I'll be uploading a last month strategy on this channel for class 12th. So subscribe for that, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.